for the season, we'd go and see about a little story here.
You need something?
Thought we'd go through and learn about the legend of Stalvan.
Light bless you.
Last night, a horrible disturbance rippled through my veins. I sensed that my granddaughter Alyssa was in great danger. I consulted the cards, and death stared up at me from the table. After taking a long journey through a dark trance, I was able to uncover a clue to this terrifying mystery. A name came to me, the name of Stalvan. Seek out the clerk in the town hall and see if you can find out more about this character. I fear for us all.
Go with honor, friend. Safe travels.
So we're almost at Hallow's End. I thought it was time for a nice little ghost story.
Hey there.
Ah, so Madame Eva sent you.
See you around.
Stalvan, eh? Let me check the town registry. Stalvan. Let's see. Ah, here we go. I have a record of a Mr. Stalvan Mistmantle. The last recorded address is the Moonbrook Schoolhouse. My, talk about outdated. Do me a favor, will you, friend? If you happen to go out to Moonbrook, let me know if you get any updates on this fellow. I like to keep the records clean.
See you later.
So it would appear we need to head out to Westfall. We need to head to Moonbrook, the town that is overrun by the Defias. And in the old schoolhouse there is where we're going to find our next step.
Hey there. Be careful.
So it's just going to be a little bit of time heading through the rain. And I'll catch up with you in Westfall. And there it is. Moonbrook. Just over this crest. Gotta get around the pond. The schoolhouse is right there. Once proud center of Westfall, fallen into decay under the terror of the Defias. We walk in here into the schoolhouse. We look around. There's a box here. The old footlocker creaks open. You find a dusty, unsent letter in the old footlocker. And we've got company. And we have a curse upon us now. Curse of Stalvan, all attributes reduced by 5. Hopefully we'll find a generous mage or a druid to take care of that for us. But we did get a letter here. Alright, so we found this letter. We can read that on our way back. To the Honorable Headmaster Krillian. My former master, I write to you so that you might know what your apprentice has been doing of late. Paying heed to your advice, I sought to build my knowledge and wisdom through travel outside the gates of our beloved Stormwind. My journeys took me to many places, but I have decided to take up residence here in the lovely town of Moonbrook. The surrounding fields of Westfall are most beautiful as the harvest approaches. Within just a few days of my visit, I found myself tutoring the local children from the nearby farmlands. The lessons went so well that the town mayor commissioned me to run a school, and construction has begun on a brand new schoolhouse. From Silverpine to Stormwind and now Moonbrook, who would have guessed I would see so much of Azeroth? Warm regards, Stalvan Mistmantle. So Stalvan came all the way from Silverpine Forest. Became a school headmaster, I guess, at Moonbrook. Did quite well for himself in that regard, I suppose. We need to take that letter to the clerk here.
Good day to you.
And good day to you. I remember you. You're the one who was asking about that Stalvan fellow. Did you ever find what you were looking for?
Have a good one.
Interesting. So the chap did spend some time in Moonbrook after all. It is rather odd that the letter never got delivered. Nonetheless, I shall update the registry.
See you later.
Oh my. Must have missed this the first time. In the registry right beneath the first address for Stalvan, there's another one listed, only partially scratched out. Looks like he was headed to the Lion's Pride Inn over in Goldshire. Might want to check there, Deirdres.
Have a good one.
So we need to head out. And we're going to take a run up to Stormwind, and then we will be heading down to Goldshire. So I'm going to get in flight, and I will meet you in Goldshire. So we're going to head into the Lion's Pride Inn. It's where we were sent to. Innkeeper Farley wants to talk to us here. Welcome to my inn, weary traveler. What can I do for you?
See you around.
Stalvan? Sure sounds familiar.
Safe travels.
The name Stalvan rings a bell. I remember now. Many years back on a stormy night, a messenger came in, seeking refuge for the night. Near the stroke of midnight, the man ran down the stairs screaming, his pale face with fear. Still wearing his bedclothes, he disappeared into the downpour. In his haste, he forgot the letters in the chest upstairs. He never returned for them. One remains from the Stalvan fellow, intended for the Canal District in Stormwind. Help yourself to it.
See you around.
Don't mind if I do. Alright. Undelivered letter. I'm just going to move my cast bar down real quick. Alright, we need to get back to Stormwind now. Dear noble sir, word of your need for a tutor for your children has traveled to me here in Goldshire. where I take up temporary residence in the Lion's Pride Inn. Due to the unfortunate state of events in the region, I was forced to abandon my post as headmaster of the Moonbrook Schoolhouse. Please accept my application to serve as tutor for your offspring. Headmaster Krillian of the Academy can speak to you of my abilities if necessary. A small travel to meet you in person when the winter rains subside and the roads are suitable for travel once again. Until then, Stalvan Mistmantle of Silverpine. So it looks like, I'm guessing that was when the Defias came in. When the Defias overran Moonbrook, forced all of the townspeople out. Stalvan was sent as well. Went to stay in the inn for a while, but alright, so we're going to head up through here. Over here is where we're looking. Caretaker Folsom.
Greetings.
What have you got there? Let me take a look at that.
See you later.
You've got some nerve bringing this here.
For the Alliance.
My father was the caretaker of the estate long before I was. He had to mop the blood up after the massacre, but that's neither here nor there. The last funds of the Flint Ridge must have dried up. Now the last of the family possessions are headed for auction. Blame the tax vultures. I guess if you're really itching to learn more, you're free to look through this junk. Who knows what you might find.
Have a good one.
Slowly slide the lid of the crate off. Inside the crate you find various objects, musty heirlooms, a family portrait, a few hunting trophies, and some old books near the bottom. Underneath a ceramic vase you uncover a torn journal page. We also have another forlorn spirit to take care of. What is going on here? Giles. The boy seems a bit rambunctious and will be a challenge to educate. However, the elder daughter, Tiloa, seems exceptionally smart. I couldn't help but notice her captivating beauty as well. She's on the cusp of womanhood now. Supposedly the Lord has arranged her marriage for next year. But I digress. This week I will accompany the family to their summer cottage near the Eastvale logging camp in Elwyn, close to the Red Ridge Mountains. I hope to write more while there. So we need to head to Eastvale. Also, something about cleanup? Bloody massacre? I have a feeling that's going to play into the story a little bit more. However, we need to run our way out to Eastvale Logging Camp, which is where I'll catch up with you next. Alright, here we are at Eastvale.
Well met.
What have you got there? I cannot see. My eyesight is very bad. Put it in my hands. Well, that's not going to help. You're going to need to read it.
Go with honor, friend.
I can barely make out those letters, but that writing style reminds me of something I once saw before my vision became so poor.
Light bless you.
And ding. There was a bundle of parchments in the chest upstairs when I moved into this place. I looked at them once, and when I first arrived, but I gave up once the fog hazed over my peepers. Do an old nearly blind man a favor and check the chest upstairs for anything that might help you on your quest to discover more about this Stalvan character. I'm pretty sure there's a faded journal page that might be of interest to you. Bring it to me and I'll help in any way I can.
Be careful.
Alright. The box. Well, it certainly is ominous in here, isn't it? Alright. And we did not get hit by the curse this time, so this thing's gonna just fall off now. Can I read this yet? Oh, yes. Most strange and uncontrollable feeling. Never have I felt the way I did today. Whilst assisting Giles with his history lesson, Taloa was outside tending to the flower garden. After a few minutes, she came inside and placed a scarlet begonia in my open palm and smiled at me in such a way that my heart felt as though it was trembling within my chest. Oh, Stalvan. Oh, Stalvan.
Light be with you.
Did you find that page I mentioned, Duradris?
For the Alliance.
You found it.
Go with honor, friend.
I know of someone who might be able to assist you. Back when I was leading the Stormwind Guard, we used to get drinks at the Scarlet Raven Tavern in Darkshire. The innkeeper there, Smits, was quite an expert on the local lore. Show him this page and see what he has to say about it.
For the Alliance.
Is it the same page? Yes, it is the same page. So our next step is going to be in Darkshire. I think I can just cut across country. So we are going to head through, and I will catch up with you at the tavern. Alright, so we've made it back to Darkshire. You know, I've never actually read a lot of the quest text about this whole thing. I don't know how many times I've run this quest, but I've never really read it. Alright.
Hey there.
Marshal Haggard sent you? Why didn't you say so? Ah, good old Haggard. Poor chap is going to be completely blind before long. Anyway, let me see what you've got there.
See you around.
By the light, you bet I recognize that handwriting.
Be careful.
I followed the legend of that Stalvan character for years. When those visiting nobles were slaughtered a few years back, I went with Haggard to investigate. I found these muddy pages, but we were never able to link the handwriting to that crazy man in the woods. Your trail of evidence proves his guilt. Take this to Commander Ebenlock immediately and fill her in on what you've discovered.
See you later.
Hang on. Most certain that she shares the same feelings for me now. She even placed her hand on mine this morning. When she smiles, her eyes light up like glittering diamonds. Unspoken words pass between us. I can feel her in my pounding heart and heated veins. Anger and fury, the likes of which I never knew existed. How dare she? As I was instructing Giles in the meaning of numbers, Taloa appears before me with a suitor, holding hands in public nonetheless. What an uncouth young man. Rather than introduce me properly, Taloa simply said, "Oh, that's just my tutor, Uncle Stalvan. He's a nice old man." old. At that word, my cheeks flushed with heat. I am but a few years older, and yet she betrays.
Hello.
I'm at a bit of a loss here. I know we've all heard this type of story before. But yeah. At ease, priest. If you are just passing through, I suggest you stick to the roads and only travel by day. If your business is here in Darkshire, consider lending your abilities to the Night Watch. Our skill is unquestionable, but our numbers are small.
Safe travels.
This better be good, priest. Let me see what you have and tell me your tale, but by the light be quick about it. Darkshire's defense is my #1 priority. I have not the time to squander on dead-end leads.
See you around.
My, you've proved yourself to be quite a detective, priest.
Have a good one.
I've had my eye on that creep Stalvan for quite some time, but if this page was written by the same hand, it proves his guilt beyond a shadow of a doubt. In all his days keeping the town registry, Clerk Daltrey has become an expert at identifying handwriting. Show him this page and see if the writing matches that of the registry signature.
Be careful. Safe travels.
Downward spiral of despair. First she mocks me and now she's engaged. The ungracious charlatan was pretending to love when truly she desired to hurt me all along. A slack void lurks within me now, and it grows with each waking moment. The blood I shall spill pales in comparison to the tears I have shed. Everyone, I'm pretty sure we have found WoW's original nice guy.
Hello.
Back again, Deirdris. What do you have this time?
See you later.
Why yes, the writing on this page does in fact match that of the registry signatures.
Have a good one.
Let Commander Abenlock know immediately that the handwriting matched Deirdris. Her suspicions were correct.
Safe travels.
Oh, great.
Well met. Have a good one.
I knew it. Fine work, Deirdris.
See you around.
Stalvan Mistmantle led a life of depravity. Innocent victims died by his hand. Undoubtedly, he is guilty of countless crimes. Now the lunatic threatens Darkshire. The light only knows what sordid acts he is plotting. Travel to his cottage just north of town, priest, and execute Stalvan once and for all. When the deed is done, travel to Madame Eva's and show her his family ring. After all, it was her premonition that led to this gruesome discovery, but Darkshire is safer because of her.
Farewell. See you around.
Very well. It's time to head up and confront Stalvan Mistmantle. It has been a lot of fun learning just the little tidbits of lore in World of Warcraft here. The old classic stuff that you don't see anymore in the newer version. There we are. But honestly, I could have done without this story. Disease. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. Where's my disease button? There's my disease button. I'll just click it. Whatever. Now I also know the name or the origin of the name for that wine item over here called Taloa's Tear. Alright. Let's get some mana. Let's put on a stamina buff. Level 32. That won't be any problem at all, really. I say that he's a little bit... He can be a rough one. Let's put it there. Speed this up. Alright, Miss Mantle is down. Take a look. We got some crates in here. We got one crate. Sometimes there's a chest in the fireplace. Let's get out of here and let's get back to Madame Ava. Alright, here's Madame Ava's place.
Light be with you. Farewell.
Yes, Deirdris?
Be careful.
I know, Deirdris. Stalvan is dead. I sensed a wave of hope ripple through the tainted forest. Once and for all, Duskwood is free from this bloodthirst. My joy is hampered by thoughts of those who fell prey to the horrible beast. Nonetheless, you are a brave and cunning priest.
Farewell. Go with honor, friend.
And that is the legend of Stalvan. A once optimistic school teacher came to tutor a rich family, fell to his own terrible thoughts of his employer's daughter, just a girl. And when he couldn't have her, he ended them all. So to that, our only course of action was to end him. Because he was just going to keep going. Anyway, I'm still cursed. I'm going to let that wear off. Maybe I'll find a cure in Stormwind in a couple of minutes. But thank you for coming and adventuring with me and learning about the legend of Stalvan. So until next time, take care of each other.
Can I help you? Safe travel.